Nerd Soul.
Oh yeah, late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go. What up, baby? we got a little Marvel talk to get into because the trailer for Captain America: Brave New World got me thinking about the state of Marvel in general, and I was thinking about the most the most recent release which we had, which was of course X-Men 97. X-Men 97, strong. And then now I'm thinking, yo, in 2 weeks, we got that Deadpool and Wolverine. And I went back to the trailer because I'm looking at trying to get an idea of the trajectory of Marvel type stuff. So I'm like, okay, X-Men 97 was hotness. We just got a new trailer for Captain America: Brave New World that I really like. And this trailer, of course, Deadpool and Wolverine that came before it was also good. It's giving me promising vibes. All right. I'm getting promising vibes. And shouts out to the Agatha trailer, which, even though I'm not into that part of Marvel, I thought was a solid trailer. I'm actually interested in watching it and seeing what happens. I like the kind of comedic moments in it, and just Agatha, the actress that's doing her, I dig it. So I hollered at my boy Gift. I was like, man, look, we got to go back over this trailer. I want to look and see if there's anything that stands out to me again. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let him go first because now that I'm watching it again, there's some other things that stand out to me that I like just from a production standpoint. But I'm gonna let him go in and holler at y'all real quick. Gift, say what's up.
Yo, this is Get Tommy Bailu, and I just got a chance to watch the new Deadpool 3 trailer, and honestly, I kind of a wait and see. Like, I think a lot of my excitement, it wants to come out, but I feel like we got a lot of looks that would have been the trailer advantage from seeing those leaks from the filming with Deadpool and Wolverine in the yellow and blue. So I wasn't really taken in by that. I'm excited to see what they're going to do and where the story goes, but this trailer didn't give really anything that could make me go, I am hyped or I'm against it. I'm just wait and see. Like, I'm going to 100% see it in theaters. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And especially now, because the amount of time it takes for me to go watch a movie, the value of my time has increased more. So a movie like this has a lot to be able to prove. But there's so much faith in that I have for it that it's going to end up doing well. But I have no idea what this movie is going to be like. I love the bits of Easter eggs that we got, like the Ant-Man helmet and them working out of the Ant-Man giant helmet. I love the throwbacks to the creator of Deadpool, and I love the fact that we're kind of looking at apocalyptic version of the X-Men universe where Wolverine survived. I even love the fact that there's talks about the fact that what was presented as what was a nexus point isn't quite what we thought. Like, we thought there was, like, Scarlet Witch was a nexus point for everybody, and now there's the conversation that the nexus point is just the primary hero, maybe that's inside the universe, something that's unique to be able to see. And I'm interested to see how they break this up into destruction of the Fox universe versus the entry point into the MCU and all of this the little jabs they keep putting into it to make it this perfect thing. And Ryan Reynolds always is going to be funny. And, I'm not the biggest Hugh Jackman Wolverine fan, but, I appreciate what they've done. But, I am so unsure of what to expect from this. So unsure.
And I think that's where, I think that's something that ends up exciting me because this trailer, we get a lot of blood. Oh, we get a whole bunch of blood. We get a lot of action. We get our, the view of our villain, but we do get the TVA, and we know that there's going to be some multiversal aspects to this. We definitely know that for sure. We're probably going to be getting heroes from different times, different villains, stuff of that nature, which is cool. But with all of the, I think what we have 2 trailers now. We got a teaser and a trailer. We got a good amount of footage to give us the vibe of this. But one thing that I do like is that, like you, Gift, I'm unsure of what we're gonna get in this movie because they've done a good job of saying like, okay, here's the film. Like, all right, check it. Here's the film, y'all. This is what we doing. This is what we making. But we ain't giving you no kind of story bits at all outside of the fact that he needs Wolverine to save his universe or, protect his universe or whatever. We don't have nothing else as far as who's messing with what, who's doing what, who's, creating this or creating that, or who's the real villain if Cassandra isn't it. So I do like that. I like how we are in a place of uncertainty of the story because nowadays with all the leaks and people on set and people taking photos and talking to agents and sneaking around with emails and stuff, it's good to have a movie that's a big budget blockbuster that I don't know everything about. I think that's really cool, something that I sort of appreciate right now,
and I think that's a good thing. And I'm not too high and I'm not too low, which is also a really good thing because usually if I get too high, it's very easy to disappoint, and if I get too low, I obviously don't give it the time. And usually when I'm too low, I haven't really felt bad about missing it. Just it nothing took me. But right now I am like this weird apathetic middle, and yeah, that is an interesting bit to be at. Very interesting bit to be at. But I look forward to this coming out in July. I look forward to the guerrilla version marketing that Ryan Reynolds is going to put out for this. And, man, got to give him a lot of credit because he's giving us some real authentic looks while keeping it absolutely still hilarious and keeping us on our toes. I wish more people would follow suit.
Man, you know what? I'll agree with most of where you coming from, man. Like the only thing is that I will say I'm pumped. After I think what helped me get pumped for Marvel in general is X-Men 97 was really good. This trailer was really good. Agatha looks good, and now Captain America looks good. So I'm like, okay. It seems like we're now getting to the course correction because people were like, oh, Marvel got to change, they got to update, they got to do this, they got to do that, and it's like, well, remember when you're making a movie takes like maybe 6 or so months to shoot, another maybe 6 or so months for post-production and stuff. Like the movies take a minute to make. Unless it's like an indie, you can kind of, there's movies that have been made in like a week, you know what I'm saying? But if you're doing like a huge blockbuster, tons of CGI, blood flowing all over the place, you have pre-production, production, and of course post-production. You got reshoots and the post-production, all kinds of stuff that like makes things take longer. So I think we're at the point right now where we're starting to see things look good. Look at the intent and the emotion on Wolverine's face when Deadpool first shows up to him. He's like kind of, he's done. He's at his wit's end. He doesn't really care. He's not interested. Dude like puts his head up to the gun like, yo, I'm ready to die. He does not care. And like the smile on his face. So you have that. You have this insane action. Of course, the backdrop of the silliness of Ryan Reynolds' comedy, but I think he works for Deadpool. And I like that we are not getting a Deadpool 3 and we're getting a Deadpool and Wolverine. I like that. I think we're gonna see a lot that we have not seen of the end Wolverine side, because making this movie Deadpool and Wolverine instead of Deadpool 3 at least has me thinking that this is going to be kind of like a 50-50 movie where both of them are going to get a lot of shine. So I'm down, man. I am down with this. I love the emotion in Deadpool's voice, even though he's always going to be as sarcastic, as arrogant, as silly, and kind of, I don't know, annoying as possible to whoever he's working with. but when he's talking about those he loves, you can hear that, that kind of voice, that kind of, emotion come through his voice, which is something that I think is going to help ground this in a really cool way, since you have, the silliness of Deadpool, because he's not going to stop. Like I've said many times, Deadpool is definitely a hero, or I guess an anti-hero, that probably would not be cool to hang with. I think he's good in as a spice, small doses. You don't want to use all the cayenne pepper, just a little bit, get a little hot. You don't want someone to choke to death. You want to give them some heat, but you don't want them to die. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm like the relationship with him and his loved ones. I want to see more of. I want to see more of the emotional toll on Wolverine. I think those are two things that I didn't really key in on when I was first looking at this, and I'm hoping those really drive the point home. I'm not sure if we have a runtime yet. Maybe we do, and I just haven't seen it. But I'm excited, regardless of how long this movie is, unless they're saying it's like 8 hours. But regardless of the length of the movie, I'm excited for this one. That's where I'm a little bit off where you give is. I think I'm pumped. I'm pumped about Marvel in general now. I think Marvel has turned the corner, and people just ain't recognizing right yet. But I'm down for it. Besides the whole Blade debacle that's still going on. Look, come on, y'all, come on. But of course, with that said, holla at me. I'ma holla at you down in them comments. Let's talk Deadpool, because we close, man. We real close. Don't front. We close. So, of course, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. And until the next time that you have to save your universe from destruction within the multiverse, I'm just saying, peace.